The purpose of spirituality is as follows. 1. Renunciation of sin. Sin is rebellion against Allah and following Satan, and it is the source of all miseries. 2. Fulfillment of every command and indication of the Creator of the universe. These two steps, a person becomes completely submissive, with perfect harmony between their soul and body. Even if the worshipper continues to commit lies, injustice, and persecution, their body may still worship Allah, but their soul will be possessed by Satan. It is the soul, which is immortal, that has to appear in the divine court, not the body. If a person worships with sincerity and establishes spiritual contact with Allah, they may receive numerous honors in this world, such as 1. The ability to fly subtly. The ability to cure certain diseases through meditation alone. 4. The ability to convey messages to others without any apparent connection. 5. The ability to hear unseen voices. 6. The ability to see beyond ordinary sight. 7. The ability to foretell certain upcoming events. However, it is important to remember that these abilities are not the ultimate destination but rather glimpses of the spiritual path. Some individuals may start exhibiting these powers, but the true goal of a spiritual person lies far beyond. It is to be in harmony with the universe and the Lord of the universe. Harmony. How beautiful and magnificent is this universe! The ocean's glory, the desert's splendor, and the mountain's majesty. Where does this perfection and grandeur come from? Even though a cow eats grass and turns it into milk, the cow itself does not know how this transformation occurs. No laboratory in the world can replicate the milk produced naturally by a speechless animal. No scientist can recreate the honey that is produced by a lifeless bee from its stomach. The sun and the moon continue to actively travel their paths since eternity. Spring caravans come and go, bringing new life and beauty to the world. The harmony and perfection of the universe are awe-inspiring, reminding us of the greatness of its creator. Autumn comes and goes, but none of them strays from the path set by their Lord. It is by His blessing that the universe is beautiful and in motion. Translation: all creatures of the earth and heavens bow before Allah. Surah Al-Imran, 37, Quran. Here, man is the only creature who has been granted free will. Sometimes he walks in harmony with the universe, while other times he becomes separated. Just as a stray sheep becomes vulnerable when separated from the flock, man, too, becomes susceptible to the influence of demons when disconnected from the caravan of God. When man aligns himself with the universe, he becomes one with it, encompassing the entire cosmos. The benefits of joining God's caravan are numerous. 1. Occult spiritual forces become supportive. 2. One's personality becomes captivating. 3. Freedom from diseases and pains is attained. 4. Peace and contentment are bestowed. 5. As the soul ascends, it reaches the realms of Lahut. Dr. Alexander Conan writes in his book Invisible Influence on page 14, by practicing virtue we can by and by ascend to the horizon where we are blessed with communication to Him. How great are the secrets which we can learn by reaching the universal mind of God who knows all things. Connection with Allah. When a person establishes a relationship with Allah by abandoning their sins, this connection transforms into a beam of light. Spiritual individuals and enlightened figures can perceive this connection. Dr. Conan further writes in his book Invisible Influence, anyone who meditates the Master makes a definite connection with him which shows itself to a clairvoyant line of light. The Lord feels the impact of such a line and sends out in response a steady stream of magnetism which is converted into happiness. There are different types of people, those who follow selfish desires, and others who possess knowledge, vision, and guidance, benefiting from them others. Remembrance and glorification. All the prophets and scholars agree that the source of all joys, pleasures, and blessings is Allah. Without establishing a connection with Allah, these things cannot be achieved. Scholars and mystics have pondered over this for centuries, conducting various experiments, and have formulated principles that are universal, regardless of religious or cultural background. whether it is Islamic Sufism, Christian Sufism, Hindu yoga, or Tibetan yoga, they all share certain common elements. These common principles include: 1. Purity of thoughts and actions. Maintaining a state of purity in both thoughts and actions is essential for spiritual growth. 2. Concentration in the divine essence. Focusing one's attention and concentration on the divine essence helps in establishing a deeper connection with Allah. 3. Dhikr, remembrance and glorification. Regularly engaging in the remembrance and glorification of Allah through prayers, chants, or recitation of holy scriptures is a fundamental practice in all spiritual yoga. Here are some principles of Hindu yoga. 1. Niyam, practicing self-discipline and abstaining from physical and material pleasures, including wealth and possessions. 2. Asana, adopting specific postures during worship and austerity to ensure comfort and focus. There are various asanas, such as sitting with centers. Yogis believe that holding the breath can help activate inner power and reciting the names of God during this practice. 4. Dharana, concentrating the mind and removing all thoughts except for the remembrance of Allah, creating a state of single-pointed focus. 5. Dhyan, focusing all attention on the self and recognizing oneself as a part of the ultimate reality. 6. Samadhi, attaining a state of cosmic consciousness where one recognizes their knowledge as a part of divine knowledge. Yogis in Hindu yoga believe in the existence of different centers of strength and awareness in the body, such as the root of the spine, heart, throat, the part between the eyebrows, and the brain. By generating energy through worship and practice, they aim Tibetan yoga. The main aspects of Tibetan yoga include: 1. Tummo, igniting the inner fire in the body through specific breathing exercises. 2. Chhor, practicing in remote and fearsome forests, where yogis may face dangerous situations and confront their fears. 3. Tsalang, working with channels and energy in the body to clear blockages and balance the flow of energy. 4. Thammo, reaching advanced states of meditation and realization through long-term practice and retreat. In both Hindu yoga and Tibetan yoga, the central focus is on connecting with the divine and recognizing one's true nature as a part of the ultimate reality, whether it is called Allah or another name. These practices aim to cultivate spiritual growth, enlightenment, and a deep connection with the divine. The central point of all these religions is the focus on Allah, the aversion to desires other than Allah, maturity and expansion of the soul. Another important point is that Sufism forbids prejudice and selfishness and emphasizes giving instead of taking. Christian Sufism. There are 6 basic principles of Christian Sufism. 1. Peace of mind. The mind is freed from all kinds of excitement and cannot be disturbed by any thoughts or worries. Hatred, anger, greed, backbiting, conspiracy, selfishness, indifference to the pain and suffering of others, bigotry, narrow-mindedness, sexual excitement, jealousy, and other spiritual diseases are enemies of peace of heart. 2. Refraining from using vulgar language. 3. Avoiding hatred and loving every human being. 4. Enduring every trial with a smile and having faith that God is love incarnate, and everything that comes from Him is pure mercy, even if it appears sad. 5. Patience and self-reliance. 6. Having faith that God's light is present within oneself, and its manifestation depends on one's character, speech, obedience, and worship. Through worship, the veils of materialism are removed, and that light begins to shine. By following these principles, life can become heavenly. Sufism promotes giving, peace, and love. On the other hand, some sects and religions have caused and continue to cause harm to human life, property, and resources. They focus on their own sect or religion and seek to destroy others. This mindset leads to hatred, contempt, violence, and even genocide. In contrast, Sufism emphasizes unity, compassion, and the recognition of the divine presence in all beings.